You will achieve outstanding skin tones and a great look only if you understand the three main aspects that transform the result. For talking head videos, it's easy if you remedy all three factors that influence the look of your videos, and I will show you immediately how to do it. I'm frequently asked about the skin tones in my videos, and the right answer is not short enough to solve the situation in a comment. In this case, here is the solution. The number one factor of influence is the light and decor. You don't need huge lights for talking head videos, especially in a small space, but you need dedicated video lights, and I will show you why. For the most part, I like to use a light that imitates the natural light. Direct sunlight at noon has a color temperature around 5500 Kelvin and 5600 Kelvin, and early morning and late afternoon around 4500 Kelvin. It depends on how you like it, but I like to stay close to 5600 Kelvin. This is why it is important to use video lights that offer you control over the color temperature. For example, I use two Godox ES45s. I like this because they are powerful enough for my talking head videos, do not take up any space in the room because they are attachable to the desk, come with stands in the box, don't produce any noise, and I can control them with the included remotes. One important thing is that I can control the color temperature and I can see it exactly on the remote screen. But if you have some lights that don't have an indicator of the color temperature, I will show you how to set the camera correctly, don't worry. Also, if you are interested in my lights, I will add affiliate links in the description. If you click on my links, you're not going to pay anything extra, but I will earn a small commission, and this will help me keep sponsors away from this channel and create more valuable content for you. Thank you. And if you want to learn more about my lighting setup and how to use it, I have a dedicated video where I show you step by step my entire lighting setup, how to use it, and what are the best options. I will add a link in the description with the video to watch it after this one. But you can use good lights with controlled color temperature and still have problems if you have reflections in your room. You also need to look at the colors around you. If you have a red wall, that can reflect red, or if you have something big and green around you, that can reflect and change the tone. Look around to have some natural tones around you and check the reflections. Remember that the color temperature and even the skin tones don't need to be technically perfect all the time. You can see great movies where everything has a warmer tone or a cooler tone. Some are bluish or yellow or something else. The final result is a matter of taste and what you want to express. But if you want something clean, you clearly want to make the final image as natural as possible. This is why I like to use 5600 Kelvin on my lights. Now let's move to the second factor of influence, camera settings. You have your lights at a specific temperature, but must also make the right settings to achieve a great image. I will show you using a Sony ZV-10, but any mirrorless and DSLR camera has settings for the white balance. If you have your lights, for example, at 5600 Kelvin, you also need to set the camera at 5600 Kelvin. To do that, press the FN button and go to the white balance. Next, go to C-Temp filter. Press the right button on the back dial and manually set the camera at the same temperature as your lights. This will help you obtain the best image. But you can do this only if you know the temperature of your lights. If you don't know it, instead of setting it manually, go to Custom 1, press the right on the back dial and click on Set. You will see a square in the middle of the screen. That's okay. Let it be as it is and hold the white piece of paper in front of the camera like this. Then press OK in the middle of the dial. The camera will take a picture and set the white balance according to your lights. You can see it's 5500 Kelvin, not 5600 Kelvin. This is maybe because the desk and the wood in front of me reflects a warmer light, but the difference is so small you don't need to worry about. In this way you will find out the light temperature in your room and set the camera correctly. And if you find this video useful until now, don't forget to press the like button and maybe consider subscribing. Thank you. Now, you have your lights set correctly and the camera set properly as well. The image looks like this after you record it. If you like it, you can leave it as it is, that's fine. but some creators want to remove some tones from the skin most of the time. Some people have more red tones in the skin and that can look strange, or you can have a reflection and need to remove that. The third factor of influence is the editing. I will show you the principle of correcting skin tones so you can apply it in any editing software. You just need to find the tools in your specific software. I will demonstrate using DaVinci Resolve because this is the software I use every day. It's free and the most powerful on the market right now. I have my video on my timeline and I search for a clean frame where I see my face, like this. Next, I go to the color page. On the right side, I activate the vector scope. I go to the settings button first, accentuate the vector scope if it is too low, and then activate the skin tone indicator. Now you can see a line on the vector scope somewhere between yellow and red, this one. Next, take your qualifier and move it around on your skin like this. And when you are on the skin with the qualifier, you will see a circle on the vector scope. If that circle has the center on the line, that means that your skin tones are good. But as you can see, the circle right now is more on the right side closer to the red, and I need to eliminate some reds. To do this, I go to curves and then hue versus hue. Because I want to reduce the reds, I create 2 points and reduce the reds like this. Be gentle and reduce just a little. Check if the circle is now where it should be. If not, reduce more or add back if you did it too much. Now the circle is in the right position and the skin looks like this. Let's see a before and after, before, after, before and after. Of course, this is not the entire process for color correction and color grading. If you want to learn that, I have a dedicated video. I will add a link in the description. You will find a vector scope and the skin tone line in almost any professional editing software like Premiere Pro or another one. Just find where it is in the menu, but the principle is the same. Now, many creators prefer to have a more orange look. That's fine if you like it like that. There is no wrong way if you like it. Don't become obsessed with this and try to achieve the result that you like. Of course, we want to have a more natural look, but sometimes a little bit of creativity is great. Don't let all the heavy lifting for the editing step and ignore great video lights or ignore the settings hoping that you will fix it in post. The first 2 steps are the most important. It's crucial to have an image as good as possible by default, and at the editing step, just make some gentle adjustments. And now, maybe the most important thing. You can respect all these 3 steps to achieve great skin tones, but still have in the end bad image quality if you don't take care of all the necessary camera settings to achieve proper exposure and professional quality. To learn the settings quickly and easily, I will give you a dedicated video right now where you will learn immediately applicable techniques to set up your camera. Watch this video and transform your quality in a few moments.